I'm being stoic.
Here's the brutal truth no one tells you. Women don't want a man who chases them. They want a man they have to chase. They want a guy who commands respect without saying a word. The moment you start chasing her, you put yourself below her, and once she senses that, the attraction dies. But if you flip the script and show her you're not playing by her rules, she'll come crawling back to you. And today,
I'm going to pause it there. Recently, I came across this YouTube channel called Stoic Tribe. Doing a little more research, I found there's quite a few things out there on YouTube with the Stoic. Stoic Tribe, Stoic Journal, Stoic Community, Stoic Saga, Stoic Mentor. So we're going to get mentored how to be Stoic. Stoic, if you don't know what Stoic means, it's really not showing any emotion. You're calm. If you have feelings, like something really traumatic in your life, you won't cry. You're going to stuff, you're going to push that down, and you're not going to show it. And I'm guessing with conditioning with men, that's pretty much what men have been conditioned to do. But this website alone, or not website, this YouTube channel alone, really focuses on soliciting to men and giving them this AI voice. And the voice alone is stoic, right? It's very mechanical, methodical, and like, oh, trancy, sleepy, and giving advice to these men on how to get women to respect you, to crawl back to you, to bow down to you, to basically just be your little under person, right? I mean, that's what women are to men. One of the, I think, the biggest divisions right now that we have is men and women. Men want to control. They want to be the head of the household, and this kind of thinking to me is very old school. Because what they're doing is they're taking this platform, saying that this is how women are designed, and this is their genetic structure, and that all women are the same. And then he has a formula that's going to help these men break through our genetic faults, because they obviously are problems and faults, and they're going to act a certain way in order to capture and to get the woman. And this one here, do this and she will come crawling back to you. Well, right away. It's like, first of all, being ignored, I really don't think is going to do it, gentlemen, because women do like the attention. And again, because I say this strongly, is we're not all the same. So I'm going to speak for me. Women are not all the same at all, but I do know that in the research I've done, I haven't found any sites out there, a bunch of women telling women what to do to get their man back, because the truth is women are just fine without men. We don't need you. We don't have to have you in our lives. And we're certainly, and again, it goes with age too, right? Age would play a big role. When you're younger, you may be more on that cat and mouse game chase. You might be more interested in bad boys. But as you get older in life and you understand relationship and being in relationship with a man or a woman, then you understand that it's not this role that was designed to you at birth. As a female, then my role as a female is to have children, is to stay at home, maybe have a job, raise the children, cook, clean, do all that shit, right? And the man is the power. He's the one above all. And this really is pretty much what this whole website is about, is instructing these men how to gain respect from the woman. And if you don't do this, and we know what it is, okay? This is another one of those things which is really overwhelming. Again, people searching and looking, and then they subscribe to it. They buy the gear. I mean, he's got so much gear, it's just fucking crazy, and really expensive too. But having all the answers on how to be in, to grab a woman. If the woman leaves you, there's a really good chance she's leaving for a reason, because maybe you're trying to control her. And there's a really good chance she's not going to come crawling back, even if you take the advice from Mr. Stoic. Because I don't know about other women out there, but I know how I am, and I actually like a man that shows emotion. And I'm lucky because I do have one that shows emotion. Being stoic, wow, I mean, how boring in life that would be, right? To have no emotion, not to cry, not to laugh. I mean, to not show any emotion. That's what stoic is. And I just don't really know a lot of women that would be all down for that. But they want to hold that authority. And in these videos, I mean, just reading some of the things that he has on here, the Dubis show, okay, this is like how to be her priority, not an option, how to act when a woman ignores you. Well, if a woman is ignoring you, it's probably because she doesn't have any interest in you. And maybe it's your ego. One was another thing about the ego here is like making the ego, that's what it is. How to act when a woman ignores you, destroy her ego. If I'm ignoring somebody, it's probably because intuitively I don't want anything to do with that person. It's really his ego that is hurt because I'm not giving him the attention he deserves or desires or commands or wants. In his texting with this, have you ever felt like you're giving everything in a relationship and she's pulling away? Tired of being the one who's always chasing, texting, and trying to fix things, only for her to lose interest even more. Well, this ends today. And it's one of those. It's just one of those spend money, self-help, men things. There's no, I've seen, I mean, of course, he's got over 100,000 subscribers, but I wouldn't doubt for a minute if it's all men. As a woman, I would advise men, if you want to understand women, talk to women, right? Talk to us. Don't go to another man because obviously you men aren't figuring this shit out. If you really want to know that woman for who she is and not as what you think women should be, then you get to know her. Now, if you're not fitting because you desire a certain woman, a certain way, to behave a certain way, then good luck with that because a lot of women anymore are just not putting up with that shit. What I noticed was, like really in so many of, and I watched quite a few of the videos, a lot of what he does is he really focuses on if the man isn't getting what he wants, then you need to just go silent. Don't talk to the woman. Don't yell, don't scream, don't show any emotion. Basically go dead silent. No. So we have a first date, say, and it goes well, and we enjoy each other's company, and you don't text me. I mean, because what they're basically saying is women don't like to be chased. And I don't think chase is a good word. I don't want to be stalked for sure, especially if I say, no, I'm not interested. But I do think women and men too like the attention. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think that's the answer to go silent. In a few of the videos, if you're having an argument, it's don't even communicate with her. Just leave. Just walk out the door and leave. Don't even try to communicate. And I know women have gotten a lot of backlash for being over communicators or over emotional because they want to talk everything through. But not all women are like that. And again, you just can't put them all in one category, nor can we put men in one category. I mean, I think we're all really different based on how we're raised and what we get involved in life and what we like to do and what we're attracted to. And it's with the looks too. So, he tells the men to always really kind of in this, what you're doing is you're making somebody be who they're not, right? So if this man, if you were to watch this and go to heart with all this stuff, then you're not being you anymore. You're now taking advice from this AI, just artificial intelligence. That's not a person. I mean, I would guess that the subject line went in, the script was written for him, and the AI did the audio for it. I mean, they're pumping these out like crazy. There's no thought that goes into it, really. So it's just that's what it is. There's no emotion to it. And there is no emotion to it. But if you took on this course and decided to jump on board and really follow the Stoic tribe, then you're not being you, right? I want you to know I put a microphone on him and he's still not talking. I'm just so over it. So, because you're not you anymore. I mean, if they tell you to demand respect, always make eye contact, never look at the ground. There was a lot of different things in here that he was telling these men to do. You know, ascend. One was how you dress and if your shoes are clean and if you're and how you present yourself on your, well, of course, on your first date, you really kind of want to present yourself, but I still think you need to be you. Because if you're not being you, then you're putting out a false sense of who you are to that woman. And eventually your true colors are going to come shining through. And then that's probably why the women end up leaving, is because authentic human beings, authentic people, I really feel most women crave. You know, of course, we have our gold diggers that want the money, and we have the women that are all caught up in looks, and but eventually all that fades. So it all fades. You need to really focus on the energy of that person. And if you're not getting the real person right off the bat, it's going to come out. And I don't even understand why men would follow any of this. If there was this group, if it was called Stoic Women, because it won't be that, but let's just say women had this group. And there could be, I didn't do enough research. I mean, there could very well be women out there that are men bashers and all that. And that I don't take part in any of that either, because the truth is there's some real asshole men out there and there's a lot of asshole women out there. I mean, that's just truth. But you can't put it all in a cookie cutter little box and say this is how women behave and you need to do 1, 2, and 3 in order to win her over. And it sounds slightly mentally abusive in a way to play games like that with somebody. You know, and if I really, really have an interest in you, and you actually do have a solid interest in me, but you're going to take his advice and ignore me for a month, there's no fucking way I have any interest in you. I'm done. I've lost it. Because you've already shown me that really you don't have an interest. But you did. See, it's just stupid. It really is stupid. Don't you agree on that?
Have you ever wondered why someone suddenly starts missing you when you pull back? 1 minute, you're there, available, and they're treating you like an option, like you don't really matter. Then, the moment you give them space, boom, they start craving your attention. Why is that? What's the secret to flipping the script and making someone realize what they lost?
Making somebody realize what they lost. This really seems very more arrogant and egotistical to me. It's just this man, first of all, men taking this platform like we need you. That's really bottom line for me, because the truth is we don't. So stop acting like we need a man in our life, because we don't.
You're sitting at the table, and when you talk, they look away. You tell a joke, and nobody laughs. The room seems allergic to your voice.
This one is demand respect. I have a really hard time with the word respect. And mainly because I think, first of all, it's way overused. But outside of that, I don't understand why anyone should respect me, or nor would I demand it, or why I should respect anybody. And the whole earned and all that shit. It's like, what is up with being respected? Why is there this, why do we feel the need that we have to demand respect? For what? I really, really have a hard time with that word. And then in this video here, every single person on here, I command respect right now. I command respect right now. I command respect, all the way down. That's all it says. All these men, I command respect right now. And I really want to say, and I'll direct this to men, is when you command something like that, you're not going to get it. Especially not from me. why are we making this so difficult? It's just not that difficult. Relationships, you can't force that. You can't force relationships. It either happens or it doesn't. And you can't force somebody to come back. And you also have to understand that just some things just aren't going to work and just move on. But I don't know we why we feel, and I don't even know really. I think almost a little bit we're living more in a world where women are really just doing their own thing. And I think they enjoy the attention from men and they like that. But this whole old school thinking of what the role of a woman is just done and over with. And certainly when I look at men and that men dictate and control, I've been in a field and all the work I've done has always been a man-driven world. And I've worked in more of a man's world. And it's always the hierarchy with men that they just take it and own that. But I'm sorry, you're not any better than women. And I don't know at what point in time you guys decided to put yourself up on this pedestal. I really don't, but obviously you put yourself there. If you really want to, just take it. Just take people for who they are. Don't be fake. Don't be a fake ass. So that's me, just saying it. Be you. Don't be fake. You'd be single the rest of your life. Probably end up that way anyway, this day and age.